Alrighty then. Live.
Is he just hanging out in his room being a bum?
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna try.
Oh, 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 oh. I think she found the other milkweed. Yay. Monarchs. Find a milkweed. Let's see. I think I see people up here. Hey, people. How you doing? We're live on TikTok and YouTube simultaneously today. Hello, Uncle Bert's coming to you live from New Orleans. I have not gone live in quite some time, so yeah, maybe you guys actually have something to talk about. Now,
Just sick of you.
Marisa Pike Rizzo. Hey, how are you? I don't think I know you. Where you from? I always like to hear where people are from. Uncle Bert's coming to you live from New Orleans, where I teach witchcraft for a living. That's my job. It's my full-time job, and while I get paid for doing that, I also do my public service work out here on the internet, teaching witchcraft for free. So if you have questions, want something you want to learn about, you want to learn some real shit, not the crap that you get out here on TikTok, fire up a question in the chat. Hello, YouTube. You guys finally waking up over there? Got a few people over there on YouTube. Haven't been live over there for a while, so I think they just forgot about your dear Uncle Birch. I am hitting the screen over and over again, liking myself because I can. And you can join me by hitting the screen over and over and over again and liking. It gets more people here. And the more people here, the more banter and the more jovial the atmosphere and all that, you know, I don't have to carry the damn show. So, what's up, y'all? What you want to talk about? What's going on with you? If I don't know where you're from, let me know where you're from. I always like to hear that kind of stuff. Uncle Rich coming to you live from New Orleans on YouTube and TikTok, and the YouTube people have nothing to say yet. Okay. Well, actually, the TikTok people have nothing to say except hello, Uncle. Uncle Birch coming to you live, New Orleans. Just over here watching the monarch butterfly lay eggs on the milkweeds. We already have a batch of caterpillars.
And a chrysalis hanging right on the milkweed.
Yeah.
One of the stragglers decided not to leave.
Yeah, he's working smarter, not harder. He did his chrysalis right on the milkweed. Just like finished eating and said, oh no, it's too far to climb down.
Stuffed.
Right. Chrissy in Oklahoma. Hey, how are you? How are you? How are you? Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. How are you? Something fashion. What's in the fashion? I see. I see. I did an interesting thing. I did one of those ambassador. I don't even know what they called it. Where they send you free stuff and you wear it and you tag them in the thing. There was one company, they tried to give me the same bullshit line that all the other ones do. I badgered them and I told them I was going to tell everybody about their business if they made me pay for shipping. And I was able to talk about paying for shipping. That's pretty much the scam with all those fashion ambassador things, is make you pay for shipping, and what you pay for shipping is more than the crap is worth. Stuff I got was pretty good. But since I did that, I am immediately getting hit with all of the fashion ambassador people, and they all follow me and they all share me on their page. And so I'm getting all kind of artificial followers on Instagram now from doing that. Keep freezing up. Oh, let me see what connection I'm on. Hold on now. On my connection. Yeah, my connection does seem to be going back and forth, fluctuating a little bit, but I'm gonna have to deal with it. Hello from San Marcos, Texas over there. Weaver of the Web on YouTube. How are you? If I'm breaking up here, you can always go over to YouTube, Uncle Birch. Maybe it's breaking up less there. I don't know, but I haven't seen anybody complain about it. So just wanted to say hi. I haven't seen you in a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute. I took some time off TikTok, and it was good time. Good times, man. And yeah, ultimately, you know, once I get my social media site to have video access and shit like that, I don't know if I'll ever be back on TikTok. I don't know. I don't really know if I want to. Doesn't really tend to make me happy anymore. There's no joy in it, you know. Once you find out that a lot of your viewers are fake, they're bots, the likes aren't real. A lot of your audience that you thought was real isn't really there. Okay, Marta's likes are real, but yeah, it kind of loses its flavor when you find out how much of it is just fake. How's good old Nola? Well, I don't want to piss anybody off. It's about what, 80?
What?
80 degrees, slight
Yeah,
breeze.
high 70s, possibly. Let me
Um,
check.
I mean,
But it's nice. It's
you know,
balmy.
right at the fall equinox, it got
Sep-
really fucking cold.
it's 78.
78 degrees. It got pretty damn
It's
cold.
perfect.
Plumbing almost
Perfect.
froze
Perfect.
for the fall
Perfect.
equinox.
Perfect.
And then here we are, like a week from the winter solstice, and we've been doing upper 70s and 80s. It got to
I'm in.
81 the other day.
I'm in shorts.
Yeah, we're out here. I was gonna say chilling, but we were chilling before. If you see me without, if you see me with my beanie on and a big old fucking jacket, you can kind of tell it's cold in New Orleans. But here I had to break my summer clothes back out. 28 degrees, Lori
Oh
Brundage.
God.
Where the hell's Lori Brundage? I forgot. Do you remember?
She's in upstate New York.
Upstate New York. Oh my God, I can't even imagine that. When did you get started in this? Let's see, I was 13 years old officially. I mean, something happened to me when I was 9 years old that led to my leading me down this path at 13 years old, and I'm 57. So you can do the math, or Marta will rattle it off in a second like she usually does. I'm just not the math guy in the house. Rainy and cold here. I'm sure we'll get ours. I'm sure we'll get ours. And then we get hurricanes and shit too. So,
Yeah,
this is,
January
we
and
paid our
February
dues.
tend to be the coldest months here, so it's coming.
Quite a fluctuating people. That's probably from my shitty ass connection. You're warmer than Arizona now. Really?
We are.
That ain't right.
We
Yep.
are?
Yep.
Oh wow.
That's just wrong. That's just wrong. Oh dear. So far, the YouTube people don't have much to say, but Uncle Bert's coming to you live on TikTok and YouTube simultaneously. That's probably one of the reasons for the bad connection. Is I got two devices side by side sucking off the same Wi-Fi. Connection seems okay. Yeah, it's holding it yellow. So can spirits be connected to material items? Absolutely. Some spirits can be trapped in certain material items. Definitely stones and things. Even the common belief in hoodoo, when you make a mojo bag, a spirit is attached to the bag. Even down to the lodestone. There's a spirit in the lodestone, is their belief. So yeah, a spirit gets attached to the bag. That's why the typical feeding for a mojo bag is sipping some whiskey and blowing it through your lips onto the object, and the backwards cigar shotgun thing, blowing the smoke on to the object. Hello, Brit 21. Hello. Oh, that's you again. All right. I don't know where you're from. Always, let me know where you're from, people. If I don't already know you, I always like to hear where this signal reaches. Uncle Bert's coming to you live from New Orleans. I teach witchcraft for a living. My December class is still open. The way I've been doing it now is I start the class at the beginning of the month, and it's open until the end of the month, because people have different times when they can get in. And especially the December classes is always fun, because around the 26th, I tend to get a bunch of people that join, and several people tell me every year, hey, I'm spending the Christmas money that my Christian grandparents gave me on witchcraft classes and shit like that. So, yeah. The Stay the Fucking Home show dead. Not necessarily, we talk about doing it every week and then we kind of forget. But as we're not really staying the fucking home, Stay the Fucking Home show is a show that we did on Facebook throughout COVID, when we were all staying the fucking home. So we may just, do a reunion show here and there. We may just decide to jump in there
Yeah, we're not really
at some
staying
point,
there.
but we're not. Well, Marta is a lot more than me, but I go out and bring stuff home. Somebody became a top viewer. Look at that. Oh yes, follow me if you're not following. Press the likes. It brings more people here. You can even share the live if you want. I have not been spending much time on TikTok since we launched our own social media site. It's called WitchLens. It's still only available on Apple, but I'm, cracking the whip trying to get it out for Android. Now they're telling me maybe by Christmas. Um, uh, but it's kind of like Instagram was when it first started before they had video. You post pictures and then text about the pictures, and you can share links and that kind of thing. And on that, it's going great. There's just a lot more that I want the thing to do, but I'm not the programmer, so I can't make it do that. I just have to try and make the programmers do that. But you can find WitchLens for free on the Apple App Store. Purple light tends to be spiritual light. Spirituality, magic, that kind of thing. Soul Sister, Heather Music. Hey, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Please, as soon as it hits Android. Yes, I'm. If you're following me on any of my social media sites, I will be shouting that from the fucking hilltops. If I'd known that it was going to be this, take this much time, would have just held off and released both of them to both platforms at the same time. We were told that Apple was the hardest platform to get on, and that Google would be fucking a cakewalk. I don't know, they're walking really slow with that fucking cake right about now. We are on it. We're on it. I'm not trying to leave anybody behind. Had I known there would be such a gap between the two products, I would have, delayed the first product. Maybe had it, had more stuff in it by the time we launched it. Maybe I'd have video in there already. There's a lot that I want to fix in our social media app, but holding off until we get the Android done, so they, because if I give the tech people multitasks, it slows down all of their tasks. Wonderful to see you again. Good to see you. Good to see you. I had a spirit draped in purple light around 10 feet tall appear as a friend, but was not. Yes, purple light doesn't necessarily mean good spiritual energy. It doesn't necessarily mean bad spiritual energy. It's also the color of Hecate. So when I've seen Hecate, she tends to be shrouded in a purple haze around her. The purple cone of power used to be the way to invoke her, so it makes sense. Lori Brundage said, hello, Aunt Marta.
Oh, hello, Lori.
Uncle Bert's coming to you live from New Orleans, where it's a lovely day. You people over here on YouTube, Jody Wales says, won. You won something. Yay, good. Tell me more. Coming to you live on TikTok and YouTube. I think TikTok, this is Uncle.Birch. I have a few accounts, so I have to look every time. Then we're just Uncle Birch over here on YouTube. Easy, easy. Hecate has an unmistakable energy. Yes, first time that she appeared in a ritual where I saw it, all of the dogs in the neighborhood just howled. Like they would if there was like a siren coming through or something. There was no siren. It was just like that. There's all the fucking dogs. And there was a dog in the house. Just, oh, all of it just fucking went off. The most powerful Hecate manifestation I ever saw, probably. Well, no, there was another one that was more powerful. She was in the flesh in front of me, but that's a longer story. And I don't know if you deserve the longer story.
And then you married her.
Yeah. It was connected to a rosary. Well, makes sense. The rosary, Mary is the goddess in Catholicism. So she does all of the goddess stuff. Have you even seen, pictures of Mary or depictions of Mary standing on a crescent moon, which is the goddess association right there. And the Catholics know it. The Catholics know that they stole all of our shit. She had a dream with a hooded cloak on. Dogs go crazy, barky. Yes, she does. Loves that purple. Let's see, did they tell me Jody Wales, keep money flowing? You won. What, like lottery? That's cool. I always recommend, if you're gonna do lottery magic, you want to play the scratchers. I definitely have played the big lottery and done lottery magic, but magic follows the path of least resistance. When they talk about the odds, all of those odds that are against you, that's a path of resistance. That's a person out there that's resisting you winning because they bought a ticket too. Doesn't happen with scratchers. That path of resistance isn't there. You wanted the casino. Right on, right on. Yeah. Everybody got casino magic. It's really big in hoodoo, really big in conjure, definitely big in witchcraft. Because we all have more alike than we have differences, but we love to get on TikTok and fight about bullshit. Basically. Tell me I'm wrong. Does she stay at the place where she showed up at? Her energy tends to be felt there for a very long time, but she goes wherever she wants to go. That's kind of the problem with a lot of the stuff that comes up over here on TikTok. Gods, goddesses, they don't recognize borders. They don't recognize the boxes that we may try and put them in, and they definitely will not stay in those boxes. Now, if you can get a god or a goddess in a box and keep them in a box, you do not have a god or goddess in the box. You trap something else masquerading as a god or a goddess, because that can happen. They defy our narrow descriptions and are going to always be more than we know. That's my sermon for today. Uncle Birch coming live from New Orleans, getting my preachy side on. So share the live if you can. Follow if you're not following. Tap the screen like a crazy person, like I'm going to do right now, and get some more people. And don't try. Don't try what? I missed the first part. There you go. Thanks for sharing the live. I usually share it on like Facebook and stuff, but I forgot. Let me see if I can do that these days. Facebook. Share. All right. Yes, I just shared. Yes, I just shared. I already. What? God, it's stupid shit. Oh, I don't know what that was. All right, and then I got a bad connection while I was doing that. So okay, don't. I won't share it while to Facebook. Grandpa died and was looking over his items and felt the rosary. He wanted me to take it. Take it? Definitely. Wendy Lenkremer, or Kemmer. What's the purpose of putting the pins in lemon? I've been wondering since I read about it in the history of Italian witchcraft. That's the thing, and same thing really in the type of voodoo, like the New Orleans voodoo that sticks pins in dolls. I would say it's closer to the idea of acupuncture than it is stabbing. Although we may be doing a curse with those, we're using the metal in the pins to direct the energy to certain spots. And so what we're doing with the pins in the lemon is we're directing the energy into the core of the lemon. So all those pins are going to meet up hopefully towards the center of the lemon, and the point's going to direct the energy that's coming down those. So it's less about stabbing and more about directing energy. The energy that we use in magic tends to follow the majority of the laws, really. I say majority because I don't like to use absolutes, but pretty much all the laws of electricity. Magic follows the path of least resistance, so does electricity. On and on and on and on. That's when the spirit showed. Your comment, putting the goddess in a box. It's best not to try, especially not Hecate or anything. Yeah, some of those goddesses have some strong personalities, and that hell hath no fury thing. Well, the goddess, like, uber that. Amplify that 20 billion fold. Uncle Birch come to you live from New Orleans. I'm over here liking it here. That's when the spirit showed up. Well, that makes sense. Ooh, thank you for, what is that, little cat? Ooh, thank you for the little cat. I don't think anybody's given me a little cat before. A hello traveler. Look like a little cat. Needles have always been for directing. Yes, well, nails can be for directing too, but most often where I find myself putting nails in something, the purpose is for the nails to rust. So, and then this is, some of the little nuances that people don't think about when they put it in a book because in this day and age, a lot of people have forgotten why the magic works or how the magic works, and they just, have a recipe that they're following. Um, Nails that tend to be wanting to rust, and if you don't specify that, then people might use like galvanized nails or Teflon coated nails. Those are common these days. They won't rust. They won't rust. They found witches' bottles 300 to 400 years old in England um, that are still rusting. Hundreds of years. Rust never sleeps. Heat. Rust is the heating element in those particular brews. Like witch's bottle, definitely. But most times where I'm using nails, it's not so much to direct energy. Sometimes it is for a stabbing kind of thing, but most times it's because I want those nails to rust and create heat, um, powering the spell for hundreds of years. Hey, neighbor in Slidell, how are you? I never made it over to Slidell, but if I guess if I take the wrong off ramp on the way home, I'd end up in Slidell.
Like, oh no,
Oh no, I'm
I'm
in
in Slidell.
Slidell. Well, we're over here in Bywater. How you doing? Rust and stay put. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Year of my black cat. LOL. Right on, right on. Okay, so we have the same amount of people on YouTube as we have on TikTok. What are the chances of that happening? Oh, now it changed. All right. Well, Uncle Bert's coming to you live from New Orleans. I'm live on TikTok, and I'm live on YouTube. Derek, how are you? Hello from Michigan. Irish blackthorn is said to be the witch's blasting rod. Blackthorn locust. Uh, can blackthorn locust be a compatible substitute? I do not know that tree. I know the thing about blackthorn being a blasting rod. Tends to be a blackthorn that Solomon's using for his blasting rod, but I don't know the blackthorn lotus. Is it actually a thorn tree or hawthorn tree? The problem with all those, if blackthorn is related to hawthorn, hawthorn doesn't like to be cut. I think blackthorn's related to hawthorn. I'm not sure. Maybe not. You have a black cat? I have a black cat. Took me, 30 years of my witch life to finally bring a black cat home. I went and looked for one many a times. I always fell in love with a tabby and brought it home. But the black cat I have ended up a feral rescue that was in my witch store. And I relieved somebody for break that was doing feral rescue. And she neglected to mention that the tub over there on the ground with the holes in it, with air holes, was full of kittens. It kept moving. And I got curious. I popped the lid off and bounding kittens all over the witch store. And this one little black cat.
Was Samuel the only one that was a black
He's
cat?
the only one that was black cat. And he jumped up on the couch, and one of his siblings was climbing up the couch and was fell a little bit, was hanging by like one paw. And Saba reached over and bit the paw. She fell on her ass. I go, oh, I love him. I love him. This feral has been rescued. About the way you collect dead wasps. Wasp catcher versus just finding the dead wasp. I would think I'm probably, if I'm using wasps, I'm probably going to use them for hexing or something like that. I might want the wasps that were pissed off. They got caught. I want the aggravated wasps than the ones I find. My cat is a rescue from a drug addict who abused her. Yeah, Mojo is down here. He's a rescue from fucking meth heads in Hammond. Slidell, you know where Hammond is? It's where they had the Renaissance Fair, apparently.
Yeah.
Can't just imagine if you got lost and went into the wrong, redneck gas station in Slidell and your Renaissance clothes, how that would work out. Hey, boy, got a pretty mouth.
You got a pretty mouth.
Yeepers.
What?
Somebody said yeepers. Hello, everybody joining. Follow if you're not following. Tap the screen to like it if you want to bring more people over. Share it if you can share it. I've been here, I haven't gone live in a while. They may have even added new things that I don't even know about yet. Live wasp, good spell, shake the jar, LOL. And that rhymed. I say that all the time. You say that thing? Or yeepers? Live wasp, good spell, shake the jar, LOL. Like it? It's magically factual, that one. Like my new shirt. Fuck around and find out. Got it from Sassy Magic in New Orleans. You can go to sassymagic.com. That, of course, is MAGICK.
I think their website is live now.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I discovered it when I went to TripAdvisor to do a review. But sassymagic.com, we've got all kinds of cool stuff like this. The fuck around and find out shirt. Let's see. Uncle Bert's coming to you live from New Orleans. So yes, you can visit Sassy Magic here in New Orleans, just on the edge of the French Quarter, or you can go to their webpage if you're not in New Orleans, which is sassymagic.com, which is of course MAGICK. I don't know. I haven't heard of vehicle unless they walked it up to the house.
It still says it's out for delivery without the map, so it's probably not.
Can I talk about the Raggedy Ann doll? I don't have a good story about a Raggedy Ann doll. I'll be in NOLA for August. Well, are you coming to Hex Fest? If you're coming in August, you got to come to Hex Fest.
That's the only reason to go to be in New Orleans.
That's the only reason to be in New Orleans in August is Hex Fest. Last year wasn't too deathly hot. It was, 90s or something like that. It was pretty nice, actually. But Hex Fest, look at it, hexfest.com. I'll be teaching there like every year. I'm just over here tapping the screen, so if you see the screen moving, that's because I'm over here liking myself, because their algorithm allows me to do that. Yes, coming to Hex Fest. Well, definitely come up and say hi, tell me who you are. I always meet TikTok people every year. I mean, at least since I've been on TikTok. And last year there was fuckloads. I mean, said like, I don't know, maybe 5 of my students, and then other Hex Fest people. And one of the people didn't even know about this channel. She was only on Uncle Birch 4. He was going, why don't you post that often? I go, well, that's my backup account. So a lot of times I forget to post to my backup account when my front up account's still running. So yes, that. Let's see, YouTube has nothing to say. These YouTube people are quiet. They're older probably, they're just set in their ways, sitting there staring at the fucking screen. Uncle Bert's coming to you live on TikTok and YouTube simultaneously. It's the haunted one that's in a box. Oh, the haunted Raggedy Ann doll in a box. What, is somebody selling one of those on TikTok? I've heard some crazy shit being sold on TikTok. There was a woman the other day. I didn't see it. I actually think it might have been Bayou Bruja that was talking about it. Or it might have been Twitchy. I don't remember. But solid gold spell candles, not gold colored. Solid gold spell candles with a price that. Exactly. Gold does not burn. Like the woman that was selling the candle that had been blessed by all the full moons of November. For hundreds of dollars. That fucking thing that would burst into flames and burn your house down. No, they don't want. No, they want you to talk about it. Talk about is it is am I right? Is somebody selling a haunted Raggedy Ann doll in a box? A slave cursed a doll by a doctor. Did they have Raggedy Ann back during slave times? I might have to look this. I don't
I doubt
think
it, but
so.
I'm not an expert.
Yeah, sadly people fall for it too. Yes, sucker born every
Barely
minute.
see Raggedy Ann history.
That's why I always try and teach the kids when you banish, you must invoke. If you remove something from your house, yourself from your situation, and fail to put something else there, it will come back. Non-reputable practitioners that know that will do a cleansing for you, remove a curse, not tell you when you banish, you must invoke. And a couple weeks later, you can be back paying them money again to do the same service again and again and again and
The
again.
character was created in 1915.
1915. Yeah. So there's that. I don't believe that was, I believe slavery was abolished by then.
Unless it's some other doll that looks like
Yeah.
Raggedy Ann.
Oh, somebody just came out. You're just a second too late. Raggedy Ann, 1915, first doll.
Yeah.
You and Marta were on Google at the same time. You could probably feel each other out there searching the same thing. So yeah. So what's the price on that Raggedy Ann doll out there? What are they selling it for? It's funny how many viewers I had before I lit up my first cigarette. TikTok's algorithm, man. But I don't care.
What, your viewership got lower?
Yeah, lost a lot. Today I'm doing Elysian Space Dust IPA. It is a Imperial IPA, 8.2% alcohol.
Damn, we're gonna party tonight.
Yeah, we're partying already. What are you talking about? Saturday, bitches! Woo!
Got my Bloody Mary.
She got her Bloody Mary. Where are our Elizabeth cups? I've been saving them. And we had all those guests over, which would have been a perfect time for plastic cups on the patio, and I could not
They were
find them.
just sitting there,
Did you throw them away?
not put away, so I threw them away.
Okay, stop doing that.
Start putting them away.
Okay, next time somebody breaks a glass on this patio, I will let you sweep the patio for months trying to get rid of all glass. You know how hard it is to remove the glass from this patio? Do you know?
Don't give them glass.
That's what I was going to use the Elizabeth cups for.
How about you communicate that to me and then I don't throw it out?
My
How about
God.
that?
How about you communicate with me that you're going to throw it out?
I've told you a million times, anything that's lying around here, I'm just gonna throw it out.
Do you know how that could bite you in the ass? You know how many things you leave lying around were out to turn this logic
But that's
upon
me.
you?
We're talking about you.
You see this shit I have to deal with on YouTube and TikTok. Do you see this shit? Those are wicked. Yes, they are. Not a local brew, but I haven't seen a really good local Imperial IPA mass available lately. They have the tall cans. Tiffany, hey, how are you? Over there on YouTube. Uncle Birch live from New Orleans on TikTok and YouTube. Haven't done either one for a while, so I figured, well, sitting around Saturday, not doing anything. Sunday we'll be watching the Pelicans game, so I won't be doing it on Sunday.
We're gonna beat them again.
They're
Tomorrow.
gonna beat them again. Who is it?
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Gonna beat Phoenix's asses. Yeah.
Freezing Phoenix.
Freezing Phoenix, man. Robert the dog. So seriously though, is somebody selling a haunted Raggedy Ann doll on TikTok that was cursed by a slave? Now I don't really know of cloth and cotton being materials that can hold a curse. You know, I need something inside that doll that can store energy. You know, some sort of stone, maybe a lodestone, something like that. in the doll to hold the energy.
Oh, here's a kitty hugging a rooster.
Oh, here's a kitty hugging a rooster. If you're having a bad day, there's a picture of a kitty hugging a rooster out there on the internet somewhere. Oh, he's like riding on the rooster. Oh my God, they're bros. I'll cheer you up.
Oh my God, he's totally riding on him. Oh my God. I
Meanwhile,
didn't see that part. That is the cutest thing I've ever seen.
I have this hound. You saw him now. Oh, now I gotta let YouTube see him.
Resting.
Look at his hound. He's got his head on my lap. They're looking up at me, wagging. What do you want, hound?
That's how he unwinds from his hard day.
His hard day, getting up off the bed,
Going onto the couch.
lying around waiting for breakfast for 10, 20 minutes, then making his way to the couch. Well, occasionally barking like a fucking psychopath. He like barks and squeals. It sounds like hyenas. It sounds like we're killing him. When you first let this dog outside in the morning, it sounds like somebody's murdering this dog. He just he thinks that's funny. Hello, Uncle Birch and Marta Lavola. How the hell are you? Weaver of the Web. Hello, Uncle Birch coming to you live from New Orleans. We're live on YouTube and TikTok, so if one connection is tripping on you, you can always jump over. I'm Uncle.Birch at TikTok, and I'm Uncle Birch at YouTube. And I should mention that December's WitchSkewl class is still open. The way I've been doing it now, I open the class at the beginning of the month and close the class at the end of the month, giving you a whole month to sign up. And usually when I do December, it's always fun because a lot of people use their Christmas money from their Christian relatives to take WitchSkewl. I once had somebody tell me, he says, well can you wait for me to get my student loans from college to pay for it? And I go, you're going to misappropriate your student loans and spend it on WitchSkewl. I'll give you some extra time on that.
I spend my student loans on worse.
Yeah. I will give you some extra time on that. I love the sound of that. I switch over, finally done with the work. So you can, if you're on TikTok, you just follow my link tree to classes. You find it over there. You got to do the December 2022 class. I don't think there's another December class up there. If you're on YouTube, you got to go to gumroad.com/witchskewl. That's gum, like gum on your shoe, and the road that you stepped on and got the gum on your shoe, .com/witchskewl, which is, of course, WITCHSKEWL. Damn, I wish I had rich Christian relatives. Well, really, it's only like, I think it's...
Or you can spend your Hanukkah geld on it,
Mm-hmm.
if you're of that persuasion.
I think it's about $500 for the year. It was $420 when it was $35. Now it's $40 a month. So I'm not going to do the math right now, but
40
it's all this.
times 12?
$40 a month. So 40 times 12. Do the math.
480.
There you go. And it's monthly, so you get charged every month. I tend to have about 5 of them going. So let's see. So it's December. So the next class should be launching in February. And then February I'll probably launch level 1 and level 2. So I tend to have like 3 or 4 of the level 2s going because I've done so many level 1s. Because people need to keep studying more stuff. Piewacket, how are ya? Uncle Bert's coming to you live from New Orleans. We're on YouTube and TikTok. Lavola's classes are excellent. Thank you. I don't recall seeing any homework from you, but okay. As you can see, I'm not, I don't crack the whip on homework. I've had people give me homework years later. Jody Wales says, y'all crack me up. That's probably when me and Marta were going back and forth. Good. How's the Android Witch Lens going? God. They're talking about Christmas now. They told me November. If I'd have known it was going to take so much time between the launches, I would have just held back the launch of the Apple product and launched them simultaneously. The way they made it seems, Apple was the hardest and Google was a cakewalk, and we just whipped Google right up, spit it out there, and written, no, 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 no. That's not how it's going. Yeah. I need more money to pay for more techs, basically. I've only got 2 techs, and they both have, college. One of them's, doing his master's in artificial intelligence. The other's doing a master's in something else, and I need more people. No, Lavola, you're not the worst at sending it in. When I first did my WitchSkewl classes, they were done through YouTube on a private channel. And if you go over to gumroad.com/witchskewl, those classes are available too. They're bundled because some of the newer generation of witches, they don't want to spend a year and a day doing anything. So they want to binge watch a class. I put my old classes up there, bingeable and bundled, at a lower price too. It's somewhat different than how I teach now, and that I did it's probably been 9 years ago. 2 years ago, somebody from the first class of that series started turning in homework. Luckily, in a box somewhere, I had the actual roll written down. I was able to go through it, find out that that person actually was part of the class. So it was about 7 years after their class, they started turning in homework. And once I found their name, they got credit for their homework. So you are not the worst at turning in your homework, clearly. It'll be a great Witchmas present. Absolutely, absolutely. Take that money you get from your Christian relatives. Maybe only get enough for the first payment or 2, but still, just think of the feeling of that. You don't even have to tell them what you spent it on.
Or, let's be inclusive, your Hanukkah money from
your
your
Hanukkah
Jewish
money?
relatives.
Yes. Hanukkah money from Jewish relatives. That'd be fun spending on WitchSkewl too. Who else? Well,
I don't know who else gives money at the holidays.
Yeah. Well, Italians give money for fucking everything.
Yeah.
That's all they do. I binge watched them the first time. Now I'm going back and taking notes. Yeah. Once you finish the class, you can binge watch the whole class again. I tend to leave that up for a couple years. So really, it might behoove you and people that have taken the classes to download your entire class once you've finished, keep it somewhere. Because eventually I have to take down the old classes or they get confusing. It's like I have one up there that says May 1st WitchSkewl. And so that was the first time I did it, so I didn't have to put a year on it. Now we're, May WitchSkewl 2022, and ultimately people will go sign up for the one that happened 5 years ago, rather than look for the actual year that they're in. Something about the Star of David, also the real seal of Solomon. I believe we can attribute the Star of David to Solomon. I just don't remember. Was Solomon David's son or was David Solomon's son? I always forget.
I always forget too.
Yeah. But it's a mystical symbol, and I think we got to credit Solomon with that. And the pentacle, too. The pentacle and the 6-pointed star both originate in Solomon's work, or at least the oldest work that we have. I'm looking over here. We have the monarch caterpillars have gone off into the bushes to make their chrysalises after eating all of our milkweed. I know where one of them is. I've been looking for the rest of them, and I kind of almost think I see one. All right, I'm gonna have to go look at that in a few. Let's see. I wear the Hamza for protection, and it has the star. Okay, so there's two. The 5 points for protection also was the 6-pointed star, and definitely the Hamza. So yeah. Brew Witch, how the hell are you? Long time no see. Uncle Birch coming to you live from New Orleans. We're live on TikTok and YouTube. Actually, I have more people on YouTube than I do on TikTok, but they're not talking a whole lot. Since you live in New Orleans, have you ever crossed paths with Damian Nichols?
No.
Does he live
We
here?
almost crossed paths with him in L.A.
Yeah, I almost crossed. I didn't know he
in
lived here.
Hollywood.
I did not know he. Where the fuck is he hanging out? He's got to be teaching something.
I don't know.
Huh. I listen to your lectures over and over on my earphones at work. I get more from them each time. Oh, thank you. I love to hear that. I mean, I do too. You know, I read something again. I enjoy audiobooks, and there's not enough good audiobooks on witchcraft out there. Um, so I enjoy listening more than I enjoy reading. It's like something I can do while I'm going to sleep, or like, audiobooks are great for like insomnia. If I ever have trouble sleeping, it tends to be because I can't shut my brain off and wants to think about a bunch of random shit all the
Yeah.
time. And if I can just concentrate on something, even just like the ship noises in the river over here, it helps me. What's he at? What'd you look up?
So according to this site, he lives with his wife in New Orleans.
Huh? You got to be doing
I
something
don't know,
around
I don't
here.
know how old this site is, but
I mean, I spent so much time trying to free that young man. Personally, my radio station, my pirate radio station at the
I
time,
don't
we
see a date on here.
had a whole campaign for that. I think we still have Boys in Black in our playlist on our podcast Widdershins too. I missed you. I loved audiobooks too. Your WitchSkewl is fabulous. I hadn't really thought of doing that, but I could take some of that stuff and turn it into an audiobook. I don't tend to have a whole lot of visual stuff going on in the class. It's mostly me talking. And I've seen people do that, just take their videos and turn them into an audiobook. Maybe that's how I'll get a book
And
out.
this source from 2019 says that they live in Harlem,
Harlem.
he and his wife.
So they moved around.
But that's from 2019. I don't know if the other one is more recent.
So question on the class I took in 2020 class, is it still available? It should be. I'm way behind on taking down the old classes, hence all the confusion every time I launch a class, and then there's ultimately people will sign up for the wrong class, and then we figure it out and we get them in the right class.
Well, it says here he lived in Salem for a while too.
Wow, he's jumping around like we
Let me
did.
just see what
That's what we did. We jumped around and ended up in New Orleans. Audiobook, please. Huh. Really, that's a good idea.
You've got the best voice for it too.
Thank you, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't really thought about that. I mean, I have a student that transcribed the entire WitchSkewl course. And I need to touch base with that student, see if I can get that text, buy it from him, something. Because ultimately, that's what I need to publish a book. I'm not a writer, I'm a teacher. I need a scribe to write down everything that I said. Whenever I type something, it's way too short. And just like the internet, I tend to just piss people off when I write stuff. If I talk about that same thing, something about, I don't know, maybe it's my pretty face, I don't know, but they tend to not be as worked up about the thing I said if I just talk. I don't know. I'm really short. I'm very curt. I'm very to the point. I've tried to write a book a few times, then read it back myself, go, fuck, that's boring. I already know all that shit anyways, but just my delivery was just not author-like. I need thought.
After his release, they moved to New York City, and then they moved to Salem, and finally settled in Harlem, New York.
I mean, I have a friend that that started a publishing company, Warlock Press, in recent years. They've got some pretty interesting titles over there, and he's been chomping at the bit for me to submit manuscript to him. Maybe I'll have to do that. There's so many things I have to do, but probably should do that. Audiobook I could probably put together. So I don't know if anybody knows Paul Runyon. He does like ceremonial magic videos on YouTube. And I paid for his audiobook. And then after I listened to the audiobook, it was the videos from YouTube. that he had put out previously, and he just turned those into an audiobook. And I appreciate his work, so I didn't ask for a refund or anything. You're a really natural teacher. I learned so much off of your YouTube classes. Oh, right on. And yeah, if I don't like to use the word can't, like can't afford. Can't yet is better. Or if you're yet to afford WitchSkewl classes, get off my screen, you fuck. Over there on YouTube, I have an entire series, Intro to Witchcraft. I'm younger and have more teeth and stuff. My teeth are in better shape, but it's free. And I think at this eight to 10 classes, something like that. But you just go to Uncle Birch on YouTube, Intro to Witchcraft. That one's free. Of course, I'm not going to teach you all the stuff that I'm going to teach you in the class that you paid the whole year to teach you, but there's stuff I can teach. Again, I did it over there. Talk to me. Oh, send me likes. Thank you for the likes. Can't even see how many people are here. We got about the same amount of people here as we have over here on YouTube. Let's see what they're doing. Last person said you need Thoth. You think I could get Thoth to, write everything I said down? All right, I'll hit him up. Uncle Birch coming to you live from New Orleans, where it's a fucking lovely day. It's upper 70s. I think it was 79 last time we looked. Nice little breeze. I'm sorry to piss you off. Tell you that if you're anywhere else in the United States. 2 months behind on classes. Well, Dana, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I was talking about when I first did WitchSkewl on a private YouTube channel. First time, when somebody talked me into doing correspondence courses. It was like 9 years ago. And I had a student 7 years after his course start turning in homework. And luckily for that student, I still had the written student roles in a box somewhere. And I found that student, sure enough. They just started turning in their homework 7 years later. So, you're not that far behind. Yes, we are still doing Widdershins. We don't do it once a week. It's kind of like, lately it's been like once a month. But whenever there's something to cover, we just fire up a Widdershins. It tends to happen on Wednesdays. You can find Widdershins on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud. Pretty much every place that you find podcasts, unless they suck if you don't find them. It's 29 degrees in Ireland. Ooh. Oh, God, that's too cold.
See how much it is in Antarctica.
You can usually tell how the weather is if I'm out here doing videos in a fucking beanie and a big coat. It's cold, but it's like mild summer, spring weather right now.
So it's 79 right now here.
Yeah.
And it's 61 in LA.
We're warmer than LA and
30 degrees
Arizona.
in London.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, somebody just said it's cold for SoCal. Yeah. 51 in Chile.
Antarctica
SoCal.
is minus 20.
Wow.
Salem is 32. Damn.
So yes, Widdershins, we do whatever. I'm trying to get Frederick Xavier on, and I haven't asked him in a couple months. I got a a hard yes from him. I just have to figure out when. So that broadcast may happen at some random time, but will be in our archives, and I'll advertise it. We've got our Widdershins Facebook page and all of those places. It'll pop up on my YouTube channel too, but Frederick Xavier, I may be the only person to ever get an interview with Frederick Xavier. If somebody else did, I sure the fuck don't know about it.
Interview with the freighter.
Interview with the freighter. Yeah, they're over here talking about the weather in Southern California. Miami.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's that cold.
Yeah, Miami's in the 80s. Well, that makes sense. I mean, you're right next to us. Probably should get some of that too. I mean, you're the ones that got hit with the hurricanes this year too.
I don't know if Miami got hit.
Miami?
It's
Okay.